Doctor Who Paradise Towers, the second story of the Seventh Doctor, is written by Stephen White and starring Sylvester McCoy and Bonnie Langford. So the inspiration of the story was taken from High Ray's book written by J.G. Ballard. John Nathan Turner decided that incidental music isn't needed any longer, so David Snell got hired, but he was unsatisfied, so later got replaced by Keith McCulloch on short notice, as he did it with Time in the Ronnie and Delta and the Bannerman. So the story begins with the yellow Kang that's about to get attacked by something pretty unsettling. While Mel is looking at the pool on the scanner, the Doctor seems to be bored. As they arrive in Paradise Towers, they're in the rubbish area and ended up getting surrounded by Red Kang, who likes the Doctor by his clothes but not Mel. Poor Caretaker, while patrolling, is on the radio and gets killed by those killing cleaner robots. So then there's Caretakers chasing the Doctor, Mel and Red Kang. The Doctor ends up falling one side and gets taken away by the Caretakers. Mel, while looking for the Doctor, met two old ladies, Tabby and Tilda, and got invited into their house for tea and cakes. First watching it, I was like, there's something not right here, because they seem too nice, trying to get her to stay, and bones on the table. Plus they do freak me out. So while Mel is enjoying herself, there's blue Kangs hailing Kangs around the pyramid. Pex broke in, and apparently that's the third time, blimey. As Mel goes out with Pex to look for the Doctor, meanwhile the Doctor meets Chief Caretaker saying the Doctor is to be killed. Uh-oh. So the Doctor tells them he's not great architect, he's the Doctor, so he gets sent to the waiting room for the execution. While Mel and Pex are patrolling around, we get an amusing scene where the Doctor is sitting with two caretakers having a look at the rule book, and then got them to step away from him and nicked their car key and umbrella and made a run for it. Clever. As the Doctor is surrounded by two cleaners, I found it funny when he fell and the way he screamed.
Think calmly!
He ended up falling to the Red Kang, so he uses tokens that he got from emergency telephone for a vending machine and drinking fizz aid, and Red Kangs like it. While Chief Caretaker is talking to a creature and called himself Daddy, Mel and Pex ran into Blue Kang. They release Mel after telling them the truth and revealed who Pex is. While Mel is looking for the Doctor, she meets Tabby and Tilda again, inviting her for tea again. So after having tea and crumpets, they decide not to let Mel go. They reveal themselves and put a net over her. Oh my god, that's pretty scary. Again, I think Sylvester McCoy as the Seventh Doctor is brilliant, very cunning. Bonnie Langford is great as Melanie Bush, very sassy and great acting when she screams to make the show more fearful and feeling like a horror movie. Richard Bryars plays Chief Caretaker, who's in charge of caretakers and petted Croagnon. Croagnon created a number of projects around the galaxy and their architect. We only see Disembodied Mind in this story, and also played by Richard Bryars. Apparently this is what they look like. They should bring them back in Doctor Who, as it would be great to explore more of them. Howard Cook played Pex, who's in between. He's known as a coward because he came on Paradise Towers getting away from compulsory conscription. Elizabeth Spriggs and Brenda Bruce played Tabby and Tilda, who are Resis and cannibals. They're really scary. Clive Merrison played Deputy Chief Caretaker, second in command of the Caretakers, and later friended with the Doctor and Mel and Kangs and Resis and Pex. Julie Brennan and Annabelle Yusha, who are members of Red Kang. Catherine Cusack played Drinking Fountain, who's a Blue Kang leader. Astra Sheridan played Last Yellow Kang. The Kangs are a different group of girls, each of them only distinguishable by the colour of their hair and clothes, but with the same attitude. And I love those Kangs. They should bring Paradise Towers back. Judy Cornwall played Maddie, who's a Resi living next to Tabby and Tilda. Resis are old woman who lives in Paradise Towers. Joseph Young plays Caretaker 345/12, subsection 3, who gets killed by a cleaner. Caretakers are in charge of Paradise Towers and they keep it clean of rubbish. Cleaners are killer robots created by Croagnon, and I thought they're pretty cool. The effects and sets are well done for low budget and time. The music by Keith McCulloch is fantastic. So while the Caretakers are breaking in to get after the Doctor and Red Kang, Tabby and Tilda plan to eat Mel, and there's claws sticking out of the waste disposal unit, which is pretty scary, and it grabs Tabby and pulls her away as Tilda is using a knife, blaming Mel for the death of Tabby. Pex broke in and the claw took Tilda away, so the doctor sends Red Kang away. As the caretakers broke in, they found nothing but the doctor, so he gets taken to Chief Caretaker again. As the doctor is watching the video of Paradise Towers, Red Kang ties the caretakers up, rescue the doctor and take him to Red Kang headquarters, then decide to watch Paradise Towers together while drinking Fizz Aid. So then Blue Kang came in, and after a massive argument, the doctor teamed them up in order to save Paradise Towers. After Mel and Pex has trouble with the lift and ended up in the basement, they made it to the swimming pool. The Doctor, Red and Blue Kang finds Chief Caretaker's pet. As the Chief Caretaker is taken by one of those cleaners, he gets into the container. And then the cleaner strangles the Doctor with its claw. So lucky, both Kangs saved the Doctor and got away. As Chief Caretaker is out the container, he's taken over by Crow-Yong. As Mel is swimming in the pool, we get an intense moment where the water-bound cleaner is attacking Mel. So Pex gave her a gun and shot it. According to Bonnie Langford, the pool was freezing because the heating unit wasn't turned on for 2 years. Jeez. So the Doctor arrived at the pool with Red and Blue Kangs. They pick on Pex because he's a coward, as they call him. So then Rezzy's kid needing help, and Deputy Chief Caretaker teamed up with them as well. So everyone worked together despite both Red and Blue Kang calling Pex Scaredy Cat. So the Doctor and Pex allow themselves to be seen. We get an epic battle scenes as the Doctor tricks Chief into getting into a doorway. He struggled, so Pex pushed him with himself in and exploded. So we cut to everyone holding a ceremony for Pex as he's brave enough to save the Paradise Towers. So we get a nice moment where both Kang gave the Doctor a red and blue scarf. So the Doctor and Mel disappeared away in the TARDIS with a writing on the wall saying Pex lives. This is a fantastic story, I get goosebumps. What did you think of the Paradise Towers? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks people as always for watching, and see you in the next video.